When I'm with a guy, I don't want to see him looking at another girl's ass.
I agree.
So a funny story, actually. There is a clip of him.
Who?
You.
Oh.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with me. We're having a good time. And I see him look at another girl's ass. Tracked it like this. And then I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. And you know what he said? He said, you're crazy. In this Palestinian household, I'm crazy?
Fellas, are we taking notes? We got notes.
So, no, I don't get jealous, but I think men should have respect.
Maybe she doesn't know what's going on. Have y'all heard what's going on? Let me tell y'all what's going on. Israel plans to capture the entire Gaza Strip, and they are calling up thousands of Israeli reservists to help with this process. The Israeli government approved plans for its forces to capture the entire Gaza Strip and remain in the territory for an unspecified amount of time. This is according to two Israeli officials. The plans appear set to vastly expand Israel's operations in the war-torn Palestinian territory, and they're likely to bring fierce international opposition. Israeli cabinet ministers approved the plan in an early morning vote just after the Israeli military chief said the army was calling up tens of thousands of reserve soldiers for an expanded assault on the Strip. The news came hours after a Sunday Houthi missile strike targeted Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion airport for the first time since the war began, briefly halting flights and lightly wounding 4 people. Israel's expansion plans, which the officials told the AP, the Associated Press, is meant to help achieve the country's war aims of defeating Hamas and freeing hostages still held in Gaza, would push hundreds of thousands of Palestinians into southern Gaza, exacerbating an already dire humanitarian crisis in the enclave. In a video message posted Monday on social media, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu did not confirm the intention for Israel's military to seize control of the entire strip, but he said the operation would be intensive. The article goes on to say that Netanyahu says Gaza's population will be moved. The Israeli officials said the plan included the capturing of the Strip and the holding of territories. With the plan, the officials said Israel also wants to keep Hamas from distributing humanitarian aid in the enclave it's controlled for nearly 2 decades, which Israel says strengthens its rule over Gaza. Israel officials have accused Hamas of keeping aid materials for itself to bolster its capabilities. The plan also includes more powerful strikes against Hamas targets. They added that Israel was in touch with several countries about President Trump's plan for the U.S. to take over Gaza and relocate its population of about 2 million Palestinians. Israeli officials have said it would entail voluntary immigration, but the suggestion that so many civilians would be moved out of the territory has sparked condemnation from Israelis' allies in Europe. The more I see, the more I'm convinced that it was all a grift. None of them are talking about what Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump have planned for Gaza. None of them are talking about Trump Gaza. They're continuously still talking about Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and the Democrats. Kamala Harris didn't win the presidency. Joe Biden is at the house, loving on his grandkids. The Democrats are doing what it is that they can do, which is very little because they have no power. But that's all you hear them talking about. Why? Because they want to keep the conflict going, because the conflict here on TikTok is what continuously brings them dollars. How much was the check? Who cut the check? It's sad. You sold out your own people for a few pieces of silver. Blood on your hands for a few coins from TikTok. Hope it was worth it, because not only did you sell out your own people, you put the rest of the world in danger too. You'll never get that blood off your hands.